join our Patreon page at patreon.com/comics for fun and profit. Why, you ask? Well, because we are on episode 700 and something, and we've been cranking these out for a decade for you. So, hey, support us. Throw us a shekel or two. Toss a buck our way. Toss $3 our way. Toss 5 or 10. Your choice. You can support us at any level, and that level gets you in our Slack channel. You get to be a part of our daily conversations that extend beyond our weekly podcast. You get entered into contests. We've given away multiple 9.8 slabbed comics over the years. We enjoy providing early access to our various episodes. We have exclusive access to shows that never see the light of day elsewhere. Video shows, review shows, exclusive episodes just for our patrons. Access to Drew's comic project. Really more of a curse and a burden for patrons, but you get to see my fledgling attempts at making comics, panel pages, process stuff, even signed and remark original prints if you want. I can hook you up with that sort of thing. So there's tons of reasons to join Patreon. If you like what we're doing and you want to help us out, server costs ain't cheap. Kyle and I have been doing this, like I said, for 10 years. We love it, but we could always use a little motivation. A little something, a little wet our whistle, a little something to give us a taste. Join our Patreon.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This challenge you with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 724 for comics originally releasing April the 12th and April the 13th. But before Drew and I get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, I just finished up episode 2 of Moon Knight. Drew, what did you think about it?
They made some changes.
Mm-hmm.
So the most significant change was the suit is like a source of power for Moon Knight. Not canonical.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting choice. I didn't hate it. And I've been told by the Twitter sphere that this is to distance him from Moon Knight comparisons, or from Batman comparisons. I don't see how you would have any Batman comparisons so far.
Well, I was going to say we got rid of the billionaire playboy aspect of it.
Yeah.
And now we've given him powers based off of a suit given by a god.
So I guess he always had powers imbued by Khonshu, but he was like just a dude. Like,
but when he was a dude, he could still punch through things.
Yeah, he was a tough dude.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's been interesting. I think it's moving slow, ish, but I think it'll get there. It's a fun interpretation. It's really weird when I go from reading Jed McKay's version to the show and back. So kind of wish they'd sync up. But I guess it's okay that they're different takes. But yeah, I enjoy it. I think reviews are mixed now.
Yeah.
We did get the Mr. Knight version of the suit as well, so we got a couple of versions of his look, and that's cool.
Both interpretations of the suit imbued with power.
Yeah, it seemed to be. Yeah. One a little better than other because it was wielded by Mark versus,
Steven.
Yeah.
I think the people that are enjoying this the most are people going in completely cold on Moon Knight. Because I feel like it's completely created for them, and people without any hang-ups or prior knowledge really get a ton out of this. But
which is probably true about all comic stuff. Right? Everybody has problems with, every interpretation of most comic book medium. So I don't know. But yeah, you're probably right. That if you go in cold, you don't have any baggage. You know, that's not my Mark Spector. you don't have that.
Yeah.
Problem. Where are you at? Two episodes in, you liking it?
I liked it. The second episode quite a bit better than the first one. I see where we're going now, both figuratively and literally. So, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, or if we've got something else coming in, like another character or any other things like that. But I'm excited. I've been enjoying it. It was definitely something I was like, okay, I have to watch this. So that was a good sign for me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Oh, and while we were away, the DC Round Robin wrapped up its first round, and mixed bag. We did not get our wishes.
I was right about everything?
We were not right about... Because, we were pretty close, you and I. We were pretty much voting for the same thing. So we didn't win them all. So first up, we had Hawkman and Hawkwoman versus Wildcat. And we both said Hawkman and Hawkwoman, I believe.
Correct.
And we got that one right. So that moved on.
Woohoo.
Then we had the Questions versus Constantine. You said in a walk that would be Constantine, and you were right about that.
Yeah, Constantine, just pencil it in your final two.
Yeah. Then we have Suicide Squad Dark versus Justice League Redacted. I was Suicide Squad Dark, I believe.
And when I heard a certain name, I went with Justice League Redacted.
Yes, and it looks like Suicide Dark squeaked by. A bigger bummer for me was the Firestorm losing to Kid Flash.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Wasn't happy about that. And then I was also bummed that Green Lantern Forever beat Black Canary.
That was the one I called that we differed on.
Yeah. And then Ghost Tour from Hell edged out Animal Man.
Had that one.
Yeah. And then the other Green Lantern beat Captain Carrot. Kind of knew that was coming. And then Superboy beat our boy Cyborg. Yeah.
There's a lot of Superboy lovers out there, but I'm not in.
Yeah. So now, come with the second round, we get cover images and creative teams. So now we know that the Hawkman...
We don't get creative teams of what was gone, though, right?
No, we do not.
Okay.
We get Hawkman and Hawkwoman by Kavan Scott and Fico Ossio, and versus Constantine by Frank Allen and Nick Varelli. So both pretty much unknowns in my mind. Not really established. And so I'm going to go Constantine again.
Same here, by far.
Yeah. Then we have the Ghost Tour from Hell, written by T. Franklin, with art by Dominique Dome Stanton, versus Green Lanterns and the Night of the Living Forever, I think. And that's Cy Spurrier with art by Marco Santucci. So that's a challenge there. And I think the Cy Spurrier is going to edge out Ghost Tour from Hell. And so I'm giving the edge to Green Lantern there.
I'm going with Ghost Tour from Hell.
Yep. Then we have Suicide Squad Dark is Zach Thompson on the writing and Gary Brown on art. So that's pretty much our first 1-2 punch of established writer and artist on a comic. And then that's versus Kid Flash, which is Brandon Easton, and art by Travis Mercer. So I'm definitely giving Suicide Squad Dark the edge over Kid Flash there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And then finally we have the other Green Lantern, The Birth of Conspiracy, and that's Scott Bryan Wilson with art by Skylar Patridge, versus Superboy, The Man of Tomorrow, written by Kenny Porter, with art by John Oy Lindsay. And
let's go ahead and eliminate both of those.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to vote for Superboy there. Just because
I'm Superboy as well.
I don't want any more Green Lantern books.
Yep, I'm Superboy as well. Yep.
So I know how to vote in Twitter. I don't think I figured out how to vote in Instagram, and I don't have the DC Universe app anymore, so I can't vote there. So the only way to do that is for Twitter for me, but it's probably simple how you do it in Instagram. I was poking around and I was like, I can't figure it out. But I think from what I understand, what they're going to do is they're going to collect votes a little longer on this one, and there'll be a longer pause because they're going to want a page. So so the people that move on to the final four from this round will have to provide a page of the comic, and then
so that way when it doesn't move on, it's even more heartbreaking.
Yes, and then the round after that is a 10-pager. So when you're in the finals, you have to provide 10 pages. And I don't remember paying.
I liked it better when it was just proof of concept versus proof of concept.
Yeah, it seems. I like that too. From what I understand, though, they said that they have plans for the losers. So
this is irrelevant.
Well, not really, because the plan could be you get to do a 10-page story in an anthology book.
Mm.
So you can take yours and you can stick it in one of our quarterly anthologies. Or it can be a digital only. Or it can be a backup feature in another established comic. Or, if we really liked it and it didn't win, maybe it'll see the light of day down the road. But not likely.
Yeah.
They said also that, which I didn't realize, last year's winner, the Tim Seeley, completely ran on DC Universe Infinite first, and then came out later in print. So, and turned out, based on their engagement levels of people like us who talking about it and voting, and they were very excited about those engagement numbers, and it actually drove traffic to DC Universe, drove subscriptions, increased their market share and stuff. So it was incredibly successful last year, and already the early returns are that there's more engagement and people are more excited about it this year. So
gotcha.
They definitely want to. The one thing they think is a shortcoming is they don't have good plans for the ones that don't win. They don't have firm plans for those, and they don't like the idea of them all just disappearing. But they want to be able to use them in some form or fashion, maybe in a smaller scale, not a full-fledged 6-issue print series.
Gotcha.
Or whatever Robin's was. So I like the idea. It's just they still haven't ironed it all out yet. And I think there's a better way to do the seeding. I think the Green Lantern's concepts should have been up against each other. There should have been one Green Lantern concept should move on. You shouldn't have multiple brackets with Green Lanterns coming in. That makes me mad.
Gotcha.
It doesn't make you angry at all.
No.
You're fine with it.
Okay, Sarah.
All right. Okay. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. I don't know if we'll have results by next week or not. I'll have to check on that to see when those results come in. I think they wanted a little bit longer for the next couple of rounds because of the fact that they've got to do pages.
Okay.
So it might take a little longer. So we'll see. But I do like the idea that they seem to have a better plan this time, and they're sharing more information with us. It was kind of mysterious before. Now, if we have time, let's slide over and take a look at some image previews for, what is it, June?
Yeah, April for May, June release. So, of course, Drew and I like to go through the previews catalog, talk about the kind of things that are piquing our interest that we think we're going to order, and share that with you, as well as just read through a few things and sometimes make fun of art. So we're going to start in Image, which is page 40 of your big old book of previews. And we are starting with Clementine, OGN trade paperback book number 1. Of course, Clementine is the character created in the Walking Dead Telltale video game series that I played and loved. And here we have a trifecta. We have 3 different stories, I believe, collected within this. So,
yeah, 256.
Yeah, 256 pages of continued Clementine stuff, and written by Tilly Walden.
I don't think all those were in that anniversary issue.
Correct. I agree. Yeah, they're not.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
In book 1, Clementine discovers new allies, new rivals, and new love. But as the group tries to build a walker-free settlement in an abandoned ski resort, they soon discover that the biggest threat to their survival is each other. If you've read The Walking Dead, we've known that for a long time now.
Yeah, exactly. Then we slide into The Closet, number 1. It's a 3-issue series by James Tynion IV, with art by Gavin Fullerton and Chris O'Halloran. It's a horror book. Seems to be all Tynion's doing now. This is a tale of existential familial horror, family horror, that has Tom moving cross country with his family and dragging the past along with them. His son Jamie is seeing monsters in the bedroom closet and will not let them go. We're fans of Nice House on the Lake, which we are. And it's a no-risk title for retailers. It's only $3.99. It's 32 pages.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, full color. And it's a James Tynion, and he's hitting on all cylinders, man. He's got it figured out.
Yes, he does. Interesting art for a horror.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like Outcast to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can see that a lot.
Maybe it's just the main character. He kind of has that look.
He's no Kyle.
Yeah, I would definitely check this out.
There you go.
Did you ever watch that when it was on Cinemax?
I made it through quite a few, actually. Yes.
Did you watch the whole first season or the whole second season or
first season? I didn't make it any farther than that. I lost just kind of lost track of when it was coming out.
Yep. I never finished the first season. And I always wanted to circle back around to it. I didn't know if it was good or not. So did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I very much did.
Very cool. Public Domain number 1. This is writer-artist Chip Zdarsky. I think this is something that came out of his work over on Substack. So this was like a Substack release that they might already had. And now it's coming out here, which, that's fine. You guys wanted to subscribe to his newsletter. You get it first. But I don't mind waiting a little bit.
Yeah.
It's 40 pages, $3.99. It's a humor book because Chip's funny.
It's a comic about comics.
Yeah, Sid Dallas is responsible for pop culture's greatest hero, The Domain, but his son Miles and David have a complicated relationship with both the creation and their creator. Can they convince their dad to fight for the family's legacy? Fun and heartfelt series where comic creators aren't properly acknowledged or compensated for their creations. Crazy, I know. Hi, it's me, Chip. I'm writing this solicitation. It's a comic about comics. You did it again, Chip. Clear off your Eisner shelf. Great stuff. So I happen to vibe with Chip's sense of humor pretty well. I like his what he's putting down. And so I think I'll like this maybe a lot more than others might who don't get his sense of humor.
Hopefully we steer it towards the sex criminals. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, the way he wrote, the way he draws, of course, it's very reminiscent of the sex criminals art.
They give you a lot of pages here.
Yeah. And that it looks like his Fraction interpretation. It's almost like he's putting Matt Fraction back into this again.
I love what they did on the one page thing there, where you see the comic shop and comics is written in tiny font, and then it says comics, toys, and cards.
I didn't
and
catch
comics
that.
It's just a tiny bit of real estate, but toys and cards is the
pretty awesome.
I love that kind of
So this looks great. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Skybound presents After School #1 of a 4-issue series. Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead writing this, with Greg Hinkle and Giovanna Nero on art. A 40-page, $5 miniseries premiere.
Love Greg Hinkle.
Series.
I love Greg Hinkle.
What do I know him from?
That Airboy series.
Gotcha.
James Robinson.
And this says Aaron Moorhead is from Marvel Studios' Moon Knight.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Nora's anxiety prevents her from approaching high school with any degree of confidence. That is, until she adopted Janie, an emotional sport dog with a winning smile and a killer secret. But just how far will Nora go to keep her new life?
Nice.
Doug Wagner writing Beware the Eye of Odin, with Tim Odlin on our another 4-issue series. So we are hitting the 4-issue series is pretty hard here in Image. 48 pages on this one, $5. This is a fantasy mythology retelling is the category. When a Viking prince finds the Eye of Odin, he must return it to its rightful owner or face a death of boils and decay. But his side are a one-armed warrior past his prime and a female warrior convinced she's a Valkyrie. Monstrous mayhem ensues.
What do you think? I like the art.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I kind of like, these kind of things,
Yeah.
mythology things. The Witcher meets Headlopper. Interesting, but with Vikings. So, yeah, this seems right up my alley if they keep it humorous and fun.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, why make this a 4-issue?
Yeah, just launch it as an ongoing, see what happens, you mean?
Yep. Let me put my love behind it and tell me you're going to do the same.
Yeah. We have Do a Power Bomb. #1 of 7 issues. Odd number for a miniseries. It's a little too much for a trade, so...
But look who's writing. Look who's art.
Yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson doing both. It's a 32-pager, $3.99. Action, adventure, fantasy, sci-fi from the creator of Murder Falcon.
Yep.
Lona Steel Rose wants to be a pro wrestler, but she's living under the shadow of her mother, the best to ever do it. Everything changes when a wrestling-obsessed necromancer
Yep.
asks her to join the grandest pro wrestling tournament of all time, which is also the most dangerous. It's the wrestler meets Dragon Ball Z. Oof.
Ugh,
Gonna be,
you lost me there. You had me before you brought Dragon Ball Z into the
yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, I love that he got the passion for this material, but I don't know if I'll dig it as much as someone with a passion for that sort of material.
Do a power bomb.
Ooh, Kyle, look at that. Your boy Jai Lee.
You can tell by the art right off the bat. Jai Lee covers and art. Robert Wyndham and Kelvin Mao. Image doing a lot of, hey, let's put 2 writers on a thing now. So I'm curious about that. Jai Lee returns to creator-owned comics with his first new title since 1994, a 7-issue limited series. Delph is a young man who may be the second coming of Christ, runs for his life as he attempts to learn the truth behind his very existence. The Fugitive means the Book of Revelations.
Oh, wow.
High-octane thriller.
That's a mashup.
I am in based on the font alone.
The font did it.
Look at that 7 suns up top. Look at that.
Yep.
Just that. That's just dope.
It is right.
Yeah.
And Jai Lee art.
Jai Lee art, and it's great. And then you look in the cover A and cover B have no difference but color. And I'm like, come on, Jai.
Yeah, that is. He phoned that one in a little.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50.
Yep.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, we get a little taste there. It looks pretty good. Sins of the Black Flamingo #1, a 5-issue series from writer Andrew Wheeler and Travis Moore on art. 32 pages, $3.99, miniseries premiere. Action adventure, crime mystery horror, occult noir, Miami sleaze. Sebastian Harlow is the Black Flamingo, a flamboyant and narcissistic thief who gets his kick stealing mystic artifacts from the wealthy and corrupt of Miami's occult underground. When his latest job leads him to the biggest score so far, the hedonistic outlaw discovers something he wasn't looking for, something to believe in. A supernatural infused occult heist series that's best described as Hellblazer meets Midnight Mass, perfect for fans of Lucifer.
Gotcha. His art's giving me Wicked and Divine, or not?
Yeah,
is giving me Wicked and Divine vibes a little bit.
I can see that,
and that's not just because Karen Gillan has a blurb here, but just.
And then it seems a little heavy on dialogue from first glance. It's a little, wordy. Yeah, that could be daunting.
Oh, Donnie Cates, look at you now. Crossover, #1 3D special. Imagine everything you thought was fantasy now real. Now join us in a world where reality is dead and anything is possible. So we got issue 1 of Crossover, only in 3D, and only $9. Whoa.
So this... Okay, so they did put an all-new story in there.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Because if it's just the first issue...
plus an all-new story, also in 3D.
Yeah. Like, who cares?
So we got 48 pages plus the cover. What is the original episode 1? 32 pages? So we got a 16-page bonus?
Yeah, I don't know. Does 3D work in digital? Reading digitally?
You ain't getting the glasses.
Well, let's say you had the glasses.
Yes.
Wow. Eric Silvestri's given us a Cyber Force 30th anniversary commemorative edition. Man, it's 90s goodness right there, isn't it?
Yes, it are.
Holy moly. Yeah, we used to line up for these. We used to wait in a line for these folks. Good for him. 30 years. Founding father of Image. Then we have the Phalanx. Phalanx. Phalanx? It's a one-shot from Jonathan Luna, who I'm a big fan of. Inspired since 1992 by the series that launched Image Comics, writer and artist Jonathan Luna creates an homage to honor its 30th anniversary with the Phalanx. Okay, so this exists from back then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Spur is a mercenary in modern-day Los Angeles, chases a mysterious villain, and finds herself going through a portal and running into a famous superhero team. They realize they have a common goal. Okay, I don't remember the Phalanx existing 30 years ago, but
30 years ago, yeah.
Spawn, I do. Spawn #1 anniversary blank sketch cover. That's gonna sell, right?
Yeah, re-release #1. I think you kind of got to do this. White cover. It's going to be tough to get a 9.8, but do her.
And, cons are opening back up. Todd's always out and about signing stuff. Perfect fit.
There's definitely going to be a one per store variant of this, or something weird, or something direct from.
Yeah, this does seem not enough
Undermarketed,
not enough cash grab variants on there.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do Super Freaks, a one shot.
Yawn.
This is a ton of people on this anthology reprint. It celebrates 10 years of the Savage Dragon Fincast, the Savage Fincast podcast.
So we're not celebrating the anniversary of the comic. We're celebrating the anniversary of the podcast, celebrating the comic.
Yeah. So, for fans of Savage Dragon, they'll like that.
So this is not for fans of Savage Dragon. This is for fans of Savage Dragon's podcast.
Well, if you're a super fan of Savage Dragon, you're probably a fan of this.
It's possible.
I'm guessing. Undiscovered Country, Destiny Man special. Dropped off this book, so I'm not sure what's going on. But it's.
I think Image has changed the way they're letting people release on their protocol anymore. You either have to be two writers or a writer who does the art as well. There's really no middle of the road on anything here.
You have noticed a trend. I saw. Yeah, that is weird. You either do it all, or you got to have a co-writer with you.
A co-writer.
We don't trust you to write it on your own. Oh wait, though, there's Jim Arcudi doing the Creep, but that's a trade.
Yeah, that was the old style, not in their new style.
Now I don't remember this. Okay, so it's long unavailable. The Creep stories originally published in Dark Horse Presents. John Arcudi's bringing them over and collecting them at Image. And so I missed this. Dale Eaglesham doing art with Brian O'Connell, and it's crime noir mystery. Axel Carnahus is a private detective like no other. With the face of a brute and the broken heart of a child, he navigates the mean streets of 1980s Manhattan in 4 neo-noir tales that test his courage, his wits, and his ethical core. I think I'd like that.
So it's 96 pages, so it's trade paperback, but it's essentially 3 issues for $10.
Yeah. 4 stories, $10. I like it.
There you go.
Girl Scouts, it's not me. They're collecting Joe Hill's Reign as a hardcover. Yeah, I think I'm on
1 through 5.
Yeah, so that should be interesting to see how that finishes.
Spawn 101 through 150 in this compendium volume 3. $60, but that is a lot of Spawn, man.
Did Kirkman invent the compendium?
I am unaware.
Or did it exist before Walking Dead?
I'm not sure. The first compendium I ever read was Walking Dead.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know if it was like in other forms. Because, there's been omnibuy, that were pretty lengthy. I don't know if they were 48 issues lengthy, though.
But a heck of a deal. You're getting 50 issues for $60. If you're getting any kind of pre-order discount, you're getting less than $1 an issue. That is a good value. Good guy McFarlane continues to keep on.
Ant 5, Aerosmith 6, Blood.
The end of Aerosmith.
Yeah. Bloodstained Teeth 3. Deadly Class.
I like that cover B.
Deadly Class 55. This is part 7 of A Fond Farewell. So we are saying goodbye to everybody, which is cool.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing we're going to end at 60? 60 seems to be the, that's why The Last Man, several others that hit 60. Scalp was 60, right?
That sounds right, yeah. Department
of Truth at 19. 8 Billion Genies, number 2 of 8. We were looking forward to this first issue, so I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see how she goes.
Farmhand pops back over for issue 18.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Is this the first one he's been back? It's been a while, it seems like. Firepower 21.
Really like that David Finch.
Yeah, that is good. Gunslinger Slinger Spawn. Hellcop 8. Homesick Pilots 15. I Hate This Place. Or F This Place.
Or if you buy.
Depending on which version you buy, from Kyle Starks. Ice Cream Man 31.
Love that cover, B.
The Melty face.
Yeah.
Image number 3. I forgot about that. Yeah, that'll be good.
Hey, that's our dude from
Rumble.
I love that book. Yes, Rumble. That's awesome.
Philadelphia 23. King Spawn 11. Lego Ninjago. Kyle's worst pick of the week ever. Right there.
You don't know anything
I don't.
about that. Skybound Property, which
absolutely
means
don't.
Already in
I do know
development.
that you struggled to pick that one, so I'm going to make fun of you about it.
There you go.
Little Monsters 4. Haven't read the second issue yet.
Necromancer.
That's true. Necromancer. Loaded Bible. Blood of My Blood. 4 of 6. Manifest Destiny. Number 48. What does RES mean?
Resolicit. So this is the series finale, and not enough people cared.
Yeah. Or we need a little more time. But it's only 32 pages, so it's not like they added much. Interesting.
See, this is why we have two writers now.
Yeah, so, okay. And it could be that one of them was delayed. And let's kick it.
Yeah. We're just riding the ship for this. Yeah, because this is also a June 29th release, so at the very end.
Resolicit, and we're going to give you the whole month because once it's over, it's over. Yeah.
This is true.
Metal Society 2, Zach Kaplan book. I'm excited about that one. Monstrous pops back over for issue 41. Newburn number 8. Radiant Black 16. Radiant Red 4. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. Still crushing. Such a good book. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue Sun number 5. Saga 60. What's going on there? Landmark 60th.
Will the Landmark... Yeah. Well, the Landmark 60th issue of Saga, and with triumph or tragedy for Hazel and her family, this may be a season finale of Saga, but the most emotional series in comics is only getting started. Season finale?
Oh, yeah, they're going to go back to their old cadence. He talked about it.
Okay, so this trade,
month off,
back.
Month off, back in. So,
I will allow it.
But still, I mean, you had 3 years. You could put a year together of issues, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I guess not. But still, I'll take it. Yeah.
It ain't broke.
Savage Dragon 262, Scorch 7, Silver Coin 11, Slumber number 4, Spawn 331.
Oh, Bjorn Barron.
Yes.
Covers are good.
Stillwater 14. Glad to see that still trucking along. Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika ends with its 12th and final issue.
Yeah. To be announced cover B, to be announced cover C, to be announced cover D.
And that Texas Blood comes back after its Christmas special. We took several months off, and we're back with issue 14 with the start of a new mystery. Can't wait. That'll be awesome too.
There you go. Town Caller Terror 3 from Steve Niles. Twig number 2. This is that new Scotty Young that we haven't read yet, but Kyle Strahm on the art. Mercandolfo is now doing Unnatural Blue Blood, a continuation of that Unnatural series from a couple years ago. Walking Dead Deluxe. We keep getting Walking Deads, and we're still rocking. You thought it'd be down to 1 or 2 covers by this time, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
We got 4 on 40 and 3 on 41, so we're still giving options.
Yep, and then, so we're still in the prison.
Mm-hmm. I forgot just how long that prison is.
We're still in the prison, and I don't. Where am I? What am I reading? I think I just read like 35, 36, something like that, and Governor hasn't even found the prison yet. So we've been there for a while. And then, if you remember, by the look of the cover of 41, that's where they had Carol was trying to get Carol. The character of Carol was so awful in the book. She was trying to get into a throuple with Rick and what was the Lori? Rick and Lori, and Lori was like, "What? Yeah. You can't no." And then she was like sleeping with Tyrese, and then she just like went crazy and like did suicide by zombie, and like a totally different departure from what she is in the TV show.
Well, it's essentially there's 2 reactions to being an abused person, and this is one way to handle being abused. You kind of do this, and then the TV's the other reaction.
I never thought of that. So the writers were like, okay, you went one way, but let's go the other way with her and have her become a badass.
Yeah.
Which was a much better way to take it.
Correct.
What's the furthest place from here? Number 8.
We don't get any more.
Doesn't look like it. I wonder if that means sales were not great.
Well, I was waiting for an artist. I know we're going underground, but somebody I've at least heard of tangentially, and I never got there.
ZVRC, Zombies versus Robots Classics, the final issue that it's 4 of 4, and what issue was Newburn on? I got my letter in the back of the last issue that just came out, and
cool.
They made fun of me because
Newburn is
so
on
they
number
made
8.
fun of me because the name of his letters column is New Burning Questions, and I didn't have any questions in my letter. I was just like, it's like you just don't get it. You don't get how this works. And so they kind of busted my chops a little bit. But it was fun. It was fun to get in there.
Newburning fishing for fame.
But my goodness, Image crushed it. This is my idea of a previews.
So either get yourself a writing partner or start drawing your own book. And Image.
It is weird, but I mean, I think if you look closer. Maybe the new titles are all 2 writers, but a lot of the existing ones are not.
Again, I'm talking about what they've changed
like
to, not what they were in the past.
I don't.
Mm-hmm. I know what they're doing. They're doing these short series by 2 authors, and then once those short series are over, they have 2 options of people to write, spin-off titles, or they could do them concurrently with 2 different writers on 2 different spin-off titles and milk it more. So,
Now, Sins of the Black Flamingo was just Andrew Wheeler.
Yep.
So, but that was the only one. I think everybody else was multiple. So, or a solitary artist writer. So, yeah. That'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, super interested in Clementine in that Walking Dead spinoff.
Yeah,
I really
did you finish the Telltale series of video games?
So,
I don't think
1 and 2. Yeah.
So you'll know more of her story than someone who hasn't done that, because I think this
correct.
what I understand, the comics pick up after the Telltales. So you don't really get her origin. You got that in the games. So that's kind of cool.
Support for Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate in men's hygiene. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code C4FAP at manscaped.com. I've been with Manscaped since the 1.0, and now we're on the Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is the future of grooming, and I dare say the greatest trimmer ever. The 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproofed and also has an LED spotlight for more precision shaving. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code C4FAP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code C4FAP. That's the letter C, the number 4, FAP at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Know that Comics Heating Up now has cover prices top 20 again, right?
Yeah, they got them for us. So let's start with rank number 10. Black number 1 from Black Mass, 2016's Deadline recently reported the first Purge helmer, Gerard McMurray, to adapt Black for Warner Brothers Studios. We hunt $200 for CGC 9.8. Fair market value of $39 for a raw on that one. At rank 9, we have Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt number 1. There's a Bernard Chang variant on that one. As we frequently note, Star Wars comics are ripe with first appearances of characters that we barely can pronounce. Due to this, it doesn't take much to help a Star Wars book trend. Recent highlights around this issue and its various variants are a perfect example of this. This issue features the first full appearance of the bounty hunter Deva Lompop. It's unknown if we'll see her in future content. However, her fun and unique look make her a recent fan favorite. We tracked 20 sales of this. Fair market value of $12 and a CGC 9.8, $100.
Is she the one with the rainbow hair and the green skin?
You got it. At number 8, we have Point One, number 1 from 2011 on Marvel. There's a rumor that both the Richard Rider and Sam Alexander versions of Nova are in active development. Sam Alexander's first appearances in this issue, super hot, 32 copies, $400 for CGC 9.8, and fair market value on Raws around the $40 mark. Detective Comics 647 from 1992. Last week, Variety reported that Gotham Knights CW pilot cast Ann Lore as Stephanie Brown. We talked about spoiler a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Not spoiler, but her name the spoiler. She has also held the moniker of both Robin and Batgirl. It's unknown what role she will reprise, but either way, $60 for a raw copy on this Detective Comics 647. Nova number 1 from 1976. While Sam Alexander as Nova is unconfirmed to appear in the current in-development Nova project, Richard Rider's Nova is almost a sure thing. This first appearance in this issue has been trending ever since Kevin Feige first announced it several years ago. CGC 9.6 hit $750, and we are moving with 42 copies already on the secondary market.
How many didn't we have Nova Corps in the Guardians movies?
We did not have Nova necessarily, but we did have the Nova Corps, and we're not aware of that. We know that Thanos went there and wiped them out, but we don't know to what extent.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, we shall see. At rank 5, we have Moon Knight number 1 from 1980.
49 more copies sold. Man.
Yeah. CGC 900 or 9.8 for $800 now. Dang.
Should be more.
It will be. ASM 93, the 1 in 25 variant that just came out. $70 for a raw. Chasm. All right, I don't care. Sorry.
Don't care about Chasm.
We also... Man, I'm over Ben Reilly. I was over Ben Reilly in the 90s. At rank number 3, Amazing Spider-Man 93. This is the Arthur Adams regular cover. While not wholly celebrated over this new path for Ben Reilly, fans were still all over this first appearance of Chasm. $20 for a
God.
And we have the Patrick Gleason Webheads
Jesus.
variant of this. $25 for a raw copy there. And, of course, Batman Beyond, the White Knight #1. This issue introduces several new appearances that could turn into key bat roles. It's also a fantastic read. However, it's currently trending due to cameo appearances of Red Hood's sidekick, a new Robin. It was quickly the hottest book of the week, with 268 copies sold, $34 for a raw copy. And if I remember correctly, they were having trouble getting books out, right?
Yeah.
Do you know if that turned around?
I don't know that. 268 moved, though. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, that's pretty much if you had it, sold it.
At rank 11, we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man #13 from 2019. This is the first appearance of Billy Morales, who's the sister of Miles, will take the mantle of Spider Smasher in the upcoming Miles Morales Spider-Man 38. This has given her first appearance as a kid a big boost, but only 12 copies moved. And a high sale of $75 for a raw. Nova #1 comes in at rank 12. This is from 2013. This is the Sam Alexander helmed Nova that we enjoyed so much back then. 15 copies moved with a high sale of $164.99 for a CGC 98. Rank 13, we have New Avengers #40 from 2008. This issue falls from #1 all the way down to 13. Was trending 2 weeks ago because of Amelia Clark perhaps playing Varanki, the Skrull Queen. Still unconfirmed, but at 22 copies more sold with a high sale of $55 for a raw. At rank 14, we have Strange Academy #16 from 2022. This issue features the first full appearance of Howie, a werewolf-like character with possible ties to Werewolf by Night. Note that he appears in multiple panels in issue #10, which will lead to debate on whether issue 16 should even be deemed his first appearance.
Drew's favorite.
He's selling and a high sale of $15 for a raw. So, multiple panels? That's more than a cameo. Right? So his first appearance is 10.
But I've been wrong before.
Rank 15, Ghost Rider #31 from 1992. This is Midnight Suns connection. And this stuff is heating up. People are putting together the Midnight Suns as Moon Knight. Now that he's in the MCU, they're going to pull John Barenthal's Punisher into there. A Ghost Rider, of course, and there's another character they were going to pull into this Midnight Suns thing. So it's getting some momentum. I don't know if it's going to ever pan out for that, but people are excited about the possibility. Which I don't think Moon Knight was part of it originally, was he? I don't know. Anyway, 18 copies of this comic sold, and we got $33 for a raw copy out of it. At rank 16, Something is Killing the Children #21. The Jenny Frison Virgin Bloody 1 per store variant. We were excited about this one when we saw it. The high sale of $125 for a raw, 31 copies moved. The 1 in 50 Virgin variant of the same comic comes in at rank 17 and sold 14 additional copies with a high sale of $70 for a raw. But raw sales have finally settled to around $50, which is about what they sell for from some comic shops. Rank 18, Voltron #1 from 1985. Moved 15 copies and a high sale of $648.67 for a CGC 98. So people are excited about the Voltron possibilities.
Oh yeah. The Voltron.
19, we have Ultimate Fallout 4. Let's see where Miles has skyrocketed to at this point. 17 copies moved. High sale of $3,375 for a CGC 98. And Black Panther number 3 comes in at rank 20 from 2022. This is moving 15 copies with a high sale of $250 for CGC 98 because this is Tosin. So, if that does anything for you. And there were some big comics that sold this week from Heritage Auctions. They sold a Fantastic Four number 1 sold for $1.5 million. Dark Knight Returns cover sold for $264,000. There were records for Kirby, Kurtzman, and Richard Corbin. A near mint copy of Captain America Comics number 1 sold for $3.12 million at Heritage to become one of the world's most valuable comic books. So, yeah, so that's some really big numbers, which I can still dream about someday finding one of those at a yard sale or something. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, let's do some FOC awesome. Digging, Kyle. Maybe we can get tomorrow's comics that's worth $3.12 million.
Yeah, of course, FOC is our final order cutoff. It's our last opportunity to add a few things to our order. Maybe check out some last second art or anything else we need to make our final decisions. We get a nice little list from our LCS at Deep Discount and Cowabunga Comics. And let's go through some of our DC offerings. We have Batman number 1, 2, 3.
I mean, they all look good. They all look pretty solid. The Del Auto's kind of striking. I like the... Yeah,
Shadow War by Fun. Oh, yeah. And we talked about Batman Beyond the White Knight number 1. We, of course, have second printings on both the cover A and the 1 in 25.
Yeah. I've got to read that one and see what the deal is. Last chance to get Killing Time number 3 of 6 with its 3 covers.
They are still able to keep reprinting and putting out this Batman Court of Owls mask and book set. And it is still continuing to sell. They are doing
right?
it time after time after time. It is still dope. But it is continuing to be relevant.
Yep, looks good on the shelf.
Yeah, It really does. And a heck of a discount. You can get it for less than $18 if you're ordering.
Scout Comics gives us Code 45, number 1. Interesting. There are dragons lurking in the tunnels beneath Montreal city streets. Ooh, what could that be? Egged also gets a number 1. So this is what is this imprint? Oh, it's the Comic Experience.
Comics Experience.
Yeah, that's Andy Schmidt. That's his imprint. So it's nice to see those coming out. And I didn't realize that those were lunar distributed.
Doing Vox as well. Vox number 1. It's an interesting looking book.
Flashpoint Beyond number 1 of 6 with 4 covers. That Flash cover's pretty crazy. Looks like it's shattering some kind of multiverse. That's Todd Knock on the cover. And it looks like a doozy with like every character you ever knew on it.
The Last 1-Star Squadron.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, 6 out of 6, the last one. We are still picking up the wreckage of this house every single one. That's awesome.
Jurassic League number 1, the Daniel Warren Johnson book where the Justice League is reinterpreted as dinosaurs.
Yes.
That could go a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
Most of them bad.
Yeah, it could go. Yeah.
And then the Nubia Coronation special. I think there's 5 or 6 covers for that one. Another Comics Experience release is Vox number 1. And then Vault's giving us West of Sundown. That's a second printing, sorry. With their second issue.
We do get, I was going to say, we get a bunch. We get the second issue with a Tim Seeley cover C as well.
Yeah. And then as we scroll on over to Image FOC, we're seeing Deadly Class 52, Firepower 20. We're going to do that image first for Astro City. So you got to get that again. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of image firsts.
Yeah, so if you missed out on pretty much anything, you can get those number ones for $1.
The last issue of Monkey Meat, its 5th issue, by Juniba.
There's there's Manifest Destiny 46, which it has a resolicit on it as well.
Yeah, we're just lining things up.
And then that first issue of Metal Society with its 4, 5, 6 covers.
It's a lot of covers.
It is Zach Kaplan, though. I'm a big fan of him, so. The sci-fi series, Blade Runner meets Rocky. I don't know if I love that comparison.
Where are we going after Image?
Dark Horse. So we won't be there very long. Is it an Avatar comic coming out from them?
And that's the Blue Avatar. We got 2 more movies coming out. Untold Stories starring popular Avatar heroine Grace Augustine.
And IDW gives us a Free Pass graphic novel, which I'm not familiar with that product.
I really like that 10 copy incentive on TMNT's ongoing.
Oh, really? I don't have that one.
Yeah, it's just a good. Of course, we don't get the Eastern cover ahead of time.
Marvel's going to give us the Symbol of Truth, number 1. It's your last chance to secure your copy of that first issue. And we were excited about the Gambit.
Yeah.
And that Momoko's not too bad.
So, no, it's not at all. Claremont writing, Sid Kotian art.
We're getting a Rob Liefeld doing a Moon Knight for number 11. I get my first issue in facsimile, and an Asian American Pacific Islander heritage variant, a Mana Scrawl variant from Moon Knight. I mean, the embarrassment of riches this week for FOC.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Moon Knight.
So, classic Liefeld Moon Knight cover. Feet are covered up by a ledge, and no pouches. So I'm disappointed in 2 regards.
Nothing from Dynamite.
Which What If is this Miles Morales? Which one is this one?
Oh,
it's the Hulk, isn't it?
Oh yes, the Hulk. Yes.
All right. It's not bad.
Nothing from Dynamite. Boom gives us Grimm number 1, and Dune: The Waters of Canley number 1.
Mm-hmm. Once in Future number 25.
Yeah.
Dan Mora.
Back half, we're getting a new Archer and Armstrong from Valiant, which we both kind of like that originally.
Yeah, they're well written. They're fun.
Yeah, might be fun to revisit that. I haven't read a Valiant in years.
Dogs of London from Aftershock Comics, Peter Milligan, and Artecida, Artecida on art.
Blind Alley from Behemoth Comics. And then Code 45 number 1 from Scout. Devil's Highway from AWA. It's a new volume and a new number 1. Then Aftershock's giving us Dogs of London number 1.
Just told
you did.
Yep.
Did you like that cover?
I do. Although it's not anthropomorphic, they're just comparing them to dogs, so you're going to confuse some people, but I'm okay.
Very cool. What's What's Red Room doing? Ugh, bloody covers. Oh my goodness. I am going to go with my buddy Zach Kaplan doing, what's that metal book? Damn it. What's it called?
Oh, wow.
What's it called? Metal Society. Metal Society. I'm going to go with cover A.
I am doing Gambit, and as much as I like the Momoko, and the Williams is actually pretty cool as well. Cover A is probably where it's at. Yeah, I'm going to stick with cover A. But man, I like that Williams variant, Scott Williams variant as well.
Nice.
So, Gambit 1, cover A.
Our LCS is Cowabunga Comics out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, and their mail order company, Deep Discount Comics. And we went there, and we were actually invoice number 00001. We were the very first their very first customer, which was kind of cool. They've been nothing short of fantastic, customer service wise, discounts. They were very close, if not the same or better than DCBS on a lot of things. Over and above, customer service wise, always taking care of us, going the extra mile. So responsive, getting instantaneous responses back to questions about things, and to the point where knowing the stuff you like and anticipating your needs and having it suggested that you might want to add this to your order already before you even have to think about it. That's kind of cool. Really quality experience. So we love working with Cowabunga and Deep Discount, and that's why they're in our show notes every single episode, and have been for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. That we leave them there because we like them. They're cool, good people. That's why they're in there. By God, they'd tell you to, if you've got a local comic book shop that you love, stay with them, because everybody needs to support their local comic shops. But if you're looking, check them out. You can check them out in the show notes. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of them. Either get on their list, just so you can check and see what kind of FOC and pre-order stuff they have and the discounts, and they'll send it to you each month, get you on that email list. And you can check out their shop, because they have a great shop of exclusive Cowabunga variants. Amazing stuff. Yes, they've always been there for us, and we take them for granted. So there you go. Now you know. All right, let's take a look at what the good folks at CBSI have to say.
Yeah, our good friends have a top 10 over at comicbookinvest.com. And let's start with their very number one book. Something is Killing the Children, number 21, Drew. But this time it's the Nick Robles variant, worth over $200. Let's all imagine that the publishers only produce one or two variants for some of these books. We could love them and collect them and not get burnt out on them. When everything's a variant, maybe nothing's really a variant. Yeah, that is a good-looking book. At rank 2, Spider-Punk number 1, the Takashi Okazi 1 in 50 variant, already up to $80 or $90. Love the look of this cover, but am I the only one wondering how somebody with a mask on blows a bubble? Wow, Drew. At rank 3, Vision and Scarlet Witch 12. I would say it's not an aberration to say I have touched this a different version of this comic book 40 times. 40 different. Oh boy, this is convoluted. Stated as a first appearance of Wiccan and Speed. This is not that. Two babies that turned out not to be real. If I were investing in these two characters, I would stick to the Young Avengers books. This book has been roller coaster for prices over the last 6 months and is currently $40 or $50 for Raw. Man, I'll bet you I put so many. I'll bet you I have 10 of them behind me,
and probably sold them. And you probably sold multiples for like less than $5 for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Jeez, that's awesome. At rank 4, Strange Academy number 16. Of course, this is our Howie, our werewolf boy. $20 for the cover of cover A. Marvel Spotlight 28, Drew. If you can't get Werewolf by Night 32, then this is your next option, although it isn't really affordable either. A 9.8 will already run you $4,000. There are so many Moon Knight books that are selling like crazy now, but they are but they are all pretty much below what they were hitting 2 months ago, which, like I said before, the trend seems to be as you get actors and people attached and the hype builds seems to be your best time.
I sold mine for $80.
Drew, how did we miss number 6? Red Room Trigger Warning is number 2. Oi.
We didn't miss it. I was excited about it, but I couldn't pick it for anything because it was a 1 in 10.
That's right. By your own rule. King Conan number 3, the 1 in 25 Bazaldal variant. $120 already. Controversy. Apparently the story is offensive to some, and Jason Aaron has already apologized. Definitely not stirring anything up, and definitely not downplaying this if it is truly bad, but couldn't half the books on this list be offensive to many groups of people? Yes.
Well, yes. That's so true.
Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons, number 2, the 1 in 25 design variant, $50 to $60 already. These faux leather books look classy. Not sure about the appeal, but what do we all know? I prefer an actual Wonder Woman cover with Wonder Woman on the book, but to each their own.
Yeah, weird.
West of Sundown, number 1, the 1 per store variant, $30. Don't know much about this title, but people seem to want HOS 92 homages, which is House of Secrets, I think, right?
Yeah, House of Secrets, yeah.
Captain Marvel, number 16 from 2004, $90 already for raw copies. If the rumors are true and the Guardians of the Galaxy team as we know it will change, this would seem to be a good pick to join. But let's be realistic, Part 3 doesn't even come out until May of 2023. Part 4, if there is one, wouldn't hit until 2026. That is a really deep spec play at the moment. Maybe not worth your money.
No kidding.
Honorable mentions, Red Sonja number 1 from 2013, the third print from this Gail Simone book. Multiple sales this week for a pretty hard to find third print. $100. Don't know if you're checking or not, but many Frizzen, Red Sonja, and Vampirello covers are cycling back up and selling really well.
Yeah, I have. Wasn't like this a quarter book, the first print of this?
The first print, yeah. Because, I mean, it was only a $1 book when it came out.
Oh, that's what, okay, yeah. Not a quarter book, $1 book. Yeah, I remember that.
The All Story, October 1912. Ignoring Golden Age this week and going further back. The first appearance of Tarzan, a very low-grade copy that is hanging on by a thread, sold for $48,000 this week. It's amazing to me that this artwork looks like it could be on the cover in 2022. It's incredible.
Look at that thing. It's fallen apart.
Yeah.
And still got $50,000 out of it. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's nuts.
That's so cool. All right, let's take a look at sneak peek.
Yeah, let's look at the stuff coming out here Tuesday or Wednesday and make your trip to your local comic book shop worth it. Let's start with Lunar Distributions and look at our DC items as we have the penultimate version of Batman Catwoman coming out.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there towards the end. Fantastic. Another Urban Legends coming out. That should be fun. I've enjoyed those.
I do like that Travis Charest cover C Batman Catwoman on the Gargoyle. I think that is a stunning looking book.
Naomi, is that a photo cover? Sometimes those do well. Photo cardstock. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a photo variant from the TV show.
And we're getting our first issue of Sandman Universe Nightmare Country. Also James Tynion, who didn't really leave DC, did he? He's still doing stuff.
No.
This could be something, I think. I mean, I'm interested in it. He might have some fun with that title. Not much else.
We have Vanity number 1 under the Black Caravan imprint.
Oh, okay. Good one.
Every great legend has a beginning, and horror stories are no different. However, our tale, as it is based on a true story. It begins at the end. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. We're getting the first issue of the Image 30th Anniversary Anthology. That should be fun. And a new Reckless book from Brubaker and Phillips. That'd be great. Noctera's issue 9. Let's see. We're getting a Breakout from Dark Horse.
4-issue series there.
Looks pretty good. I didn't see anything in IDW.
Not really. Free Comic Book Day. They're talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that's not really relevant. Marvel.
Yeah. So Marvel's given us little Captain Carter, issue 2, the 100th issue of Elektra. In theory, allegedly. I don't know why we're getting Hulk Grand Design, because that came out last week.
Yeah, it's very
Maybe
possible.
that cover got delayed? Is that possible?
Some cool Star Wars book. Star Wars 22, the Raza variant is a very stunning Chewbacca variant.
Hardcover trades.
The action figure variant, very much jumping the shark with just
don't recognize.
generic Rebel Commando.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't recognize what that is. Nothing special. Nothing from Dynamite. No. Or the same.
Oh my, Previews World's actually showing us the naughty covers now.
Oh, really? What are you looking at?
Betty Page, cover J. Dynamite.
Think they made a mistake?
I think so.
It was asleep.
Man, it is worth doing these Rose Bash Sheena Jungle Queens. Rose Bash is so good. Oh, I love it.
So you found a couple of things. Okay, I'm seeing that Rose Bash now. That is nice. Very much a Momoko ripoff, though.
No. Derek Chu homage like stuff. She's more similar to Derek Chu.
I don't know. I don't see that. Elephant Eater Comics gives us A Hunter's Tale #0 from our back half.
A lot of weird things in the back half here.
Is that our back half? Yeah. Some strange stuff. Hit Me #2. I really like that first issue, so I'm excited to read that one. Kaiju Scores Steal from Gods #1 from Aftershock. That's a long title.
Wow, yeah.
Orange Blossom Monkey Clan #1. That's from Keen Spot. It's a strange one, too.
Serial giving us a hardcover. Terry Moore's Serial.
Okay.
I was rehashing that Vanity #1 from Scout Comics.
Well, I know what I'm doing. I got my pick locked and loaded.
Do you now?
Well, I think it's going to be the Image 30th Anniversary Anthology, the first issue, where we're going to get all those little first chapters of all those different stories and all those first appearances. And so we have so many different extra chances to hit on a property that's going to be optioned. So I'm going to go with that.
There you go. And I am going with Star Wars 22, the Raza variant. A really nice Chewbacca cover. I think it's great. Yeah, because none of the #1s are really pushing too many buttons for me at the moment. Alright, I want to thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we go through our sneak peek and all the stuff going around in comic books. Head on over to patreon.com. Find Comics for Fun and Profit. Be part of all of our conversations, all of our community. Hear our podcasts ad-free. So these are all the things you can do to help support us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. For Drew and for myself, see ya.